everyone. So I have not been able to do a lot of recording outside because of the wind. Wind has been nonstop for days. My poor lips are so blistered from working out in it that they hurt. But anyway, the reason I wanted to go ahead and do this one, and part of it is going to be a voiceover just because I can't really record outside because of the wind, is because I went to the feed place that I go to every time I'm picking up feed. And I went this weekend, and she says, hey, I just wanted to give you a heads up that next week the alfalfa is probably going to double in price, and the bags of grain and stuff are going to go up as well. She goes, I'm not sure how much yet, but there is going to be a price increase. And I said, okay. She said that what she's trying to do, because a lot of her suppliers for alfalfa are not going to be growing this year, they're actually going to be switching over to soybean. So what she's trying to do is she is trying to buy as much alfalfa as she possibly can, like right now, to hopefully not have to jack the prices up too high and get through, at least the season. I'm not sure, excuse me, how long she's trying to go out, but she said because she is concentrating on alfalfa right now, she's kind of having to cut back on what she's buying in feed bags. Because she's got to put her money where she can right now. So she was, just kind of advising me that I needed to stock up. So, one of the things, and I'll be doing a couple different videos of what we're doing to try to help with our feed bill, but one of the things that we're going to be doing because of the avian flu is I've been advised by our local offices that it is in our area, so my poor girls have to go on lockdown. I don't know how, you have your birds, but like my girls, they free range during the day and then they're locked up at night. So basically their coop run door is just propped open during the day, and they're able to just, free range, do whatever, and then they go back into their run and then in the late afternoon, and then they usually will migrate into their coop at night, and then I shut the door so that they're locked in at night for predators. But because of this avian flu, they are going to have to stay in their run and not be able to free range. So when you free range your chickens, whether it's full-time or part-time or however you do it, that kind of takes some of the weight off of the feed bill because they're out eating grass and bugs and all that other good stuff. So I tried to come up with a way that I could supplement some of my feed and have a continuous supply to where they could have grass, because if you try to plant grass inside the run, as you know, they're just going to destroy it. So I'm going to show you what we are doing to try to supplement as far as like what they would be getting for fresh grass inside the run in a way that they can't tear it up. So like I said, this is going to be a voiceover. I do apologize, but the wind is just too bad for me to try to film outside. This has become my normal hair day. So let me show you what we're doing, and then we'll be back to talk about other ways to supplement your feed.
What we did is we took scrap 1-bys that we had and created a frame. We doubled them on all 4 sides and in the center of it, and then we just did single 1-bys in between so that it was more sturdy. Now you do want to have the single 1-bys in between the sides and the center frame so that it keeps the chicken wire really strong for when they stand on it, it doesn't buckle. Then you want to pull the chicken wire really tight over the top and staple it down to the actual frame. Place the frame inside your chicken run in an area that gets at least 6 hours of sun, and then maybe even some shade after that. Of course, Chickie Mama has to come investigate what's new. From there, you want to put a really thin layer of a soil in there, but you don't want to use anything that has like feed in it. Like you'll look on the bags, it'll say will feed for continuously for 3 months or something like that. You want to make sure that it is an all organic, just topsoil. You can see from here that, of course, my quality control committee is coming over to see what it is. But even with them standing on it, it doesn't push it down far enough that their feet will touch the soil. Their beaks can go in the chicken wire, but they can't get to the seeds or scratch out any roots once the roots have formed. Push on the frame and slide it back and forth just a little bit, and then lift it up. You'll be able to see the lines where the frame sits, and you'll know if you need to add or remove any of the soil or maybe spread it out a little bit thinner so that you have just a nice thin layer. The seed that I'm going to be using is Top Choice Premium Forage Seed. It's a livestock pasture mix that has alfalfa and clover and a few other things in it that's packed full of vitamins. Put the frame back down, and then using a cup or some type of pitcher, just sprinkle the seeds in there pretty thick. You don't want it like super, super thick, but you don't want just a little bit of seed in there either. And once again, Chickie Mama has to inspect my work, make sure I'm doing it okay. But see how thick the seed is in there? Now what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to lift the frame back up. Once you lift the frame up, using your hand, just kind of mix the soil like over the seed and pack it down, push it down, not super tight, but push it down, and that way the seeds are being covered. And there's going to be a few on top, but a lot of them will be under the soil. Put the frame back down, and then you're going to water it heavily. This will pack the soil and also get the seeds nice and wet, and make sure that they are wet each time. Maybe when you go in to give the chickens water, just water this little seed area as well. This is not attached to the ground. It is just sitting on the ground. But with the frame, the soil and the seeds will stay in. So once the seeds sprout, this will be all full of grass coming up through the chicken wire, and they will be able to eat it without scratching out the roots from the grass, destroying it. And so they basically have free ranging kind of while they are stuck in their run. Hopefully they won't be stuck in here for too long, but at least this way they do have some fresh options.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video on how we are going to make sure our chickie babies have fresh pasture grass and hopefully keep our feed bill down. The other thing that we are going to be doing to try to extend our feed a little bit is we're going to we're not going to like ferment the feed, but we are going to soak it. It's easier to do it now that the weather's getting warmer. It's too hard to do when it's cold out just because, well, it freezes and then they don't eat it. So we are going to be soaking their feed to kind of reduce the cost on that and see how it goes. But if y'all are seeing maybe a shortage on feed in your area, I know we have a hard time finding cat food. That's just an idea, maybe something that you could do, and it's just the seed, the pasture seed. There's clover and some other things in it that the chickens really enjoy. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit us up on Instagram. We're on there as well. Like and share our videos with anybody that you think may enjoy them. We would greatly appreciate the support. And remember, every day is a new beginning. Be blessed.